Begin with breaking news. After the...
Oh, yeah. The Mamdanistan. Breaking news. The Islamist Mamdanistan has come out and shown the perfidious nature of the taqiyya practicing Shia 12er. That's right. Sharia law is thriving, folks. I'm here to clock his tea, okay? Shakira Law from the taquito practicing Mamdanistan. Here it is.
City Council passed 2 buffer zone bills. Today, the mayor vetoed one that would have established those zones at school protests. Alice Gaynor is live in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, where the mayor just spoke on the issue. Alice?
Yeah, the mayor says he has constitutional concerns over the bill he vetoed, but let's start with the one he's allowing to go into effect. Now, the final version of the bill, the mayor says, is narrower in scope and effect and now requires the NYPD to document its existing practices related to protests near houses of worship. The bill he vetoed would have required the police commissioner to establish a plan for buffer zones during protests near educational facilities.
The second does not have a counterbalance to the...
What happened here, my man? God damn. What the heliante happened here? 2, not 1, but 2 stray hairs right on your forehead? Crazy. Looking like you worked up a sweat governing hard as hell. He bikes to work, true.
From the civil
Let's take a look.
rights movement in the 1960s to anti-war protests just this month, our city's history is written by those who refuse to stay silent. As mayor, I stand firmly on the side of New Yorkers' right to challenge power. Yes, even mine. Last month, the City Council passed 2 bills related to this right, known as buffer zone bills. Today, I am letting one of them go into effect and vetoing the other. Here's why. The first bill is Intro 1B, which applies to houses of worship. I understand this issue is deeply significant to many New Yorkers. The right to worship is as sacred as the right to protest. New Yorkers deserve the ability to gather with fellow congregants, listen to scripture, and pray freely. The original version of the bill raised constitutional concerns. However, the final version of it as passed is narrower in scope and effect. It requires the NYPD to write down its existing practices related to protests near houses of worship. That is why I will allow this legislation to go into effect, although I disagree with its framing of all protest as a security concern. The second, Intro 175B.
So I still don't agree with this, by the way. I think he should have just yeeted that one too. Like, you should be able to still engage in protests when synagogues are doing land fairs. And I guess or settler fairs. And I guess his argument is going to be going forward that they have to write down exactly why they're trying to do a buffer. He can't. It's veto proof. Yes. It's a veto proof majority. I know. Mamdani to veto protest buffer zone bill that would criminalize protests outside of schools, which plainly violates constitutional rights. Opts not to veto protest bill for house of worship, which was defanged into being a totally redundant to existing law. For what it's worth, I think it was the closest you could get to the right call. Vetoing on principle is a toothless bill would do nothing but give Menin ammo. Vetoing an unconstitutional bill means that what comes next is either as it should be or a legal headache for Menin, not Mamdani. First bill is redundant to existing New York Police Department policy, and the second is likely unconstitutional. Expecting or demanding a Mamdani veto is demanding that he faceplant on an obvious PR trap. A civil suit will take place. Will take care of this without giving Menin et al. The media Mamdani bashing that they want. Question now is why Menin apparently tried to mislead people by describing the veto of legislation as plainly unconstitutional and that attacks the First Amendment rights of New Yorkers controversial. Is Menin's world in Menin's world are only select groups allowed to protest? Maybe now they have to write what the sale is for what they want to protest court in. Yeah, I guess that's like a part of it. Correct, but also a minor point to clarity. The House of Worship law was initially supposed to be 100-foot barrier that Menin wanted to pass, but after serious revisions, it was gutted. The law now directs NYPD to review practices around protests, around houses of worship, meaning they can establish barriers. Correct, but also a minor point of clarity. NYPD was directed to outline in writing their plan of action. They already operationally established frozen zones and pathways for egress. The bill was defanged so much that now all it is asking NYPD to do is to write out what they already do. The protest that provoked this was already using pens to keep two sides apart and ensure egress. The legislation was pushed through based on claims made by far-right extremists of Beitar who intentionally walked into protest pens to provoke, then falsely claim being blocked. I have a question. How is America fascist when we have immigrants coming here and wanting to stay here? Wouldn't you want to leave if you came to another country and the very best come to a fascist country? How is America fascist? Is this because of did the Peter Beinart thing just come out? Is that why? Because I said that, there are spiritually fascist politicians in this country. What is that? Oh, okay. The reason why people come here is because regardless of the unfair and unjustifiable and unbelievably violent policies that American politicians actively actively push for, we are far more brutal to their original countries, and that's the reason why they choose to come here. Yes, I had it's still better to live in a fascist place that isn't being bombed than to live in your original country that is being bombed. How Hassan Piker sees the world. Wait, this is only 7 minutes long? Oh, he's just giving a taste. Twitch streamer and political commentator Hassan Piker has been much in the news as of late. He first rose to fame as the host of The Young Turks, where he created the series The Breakdown. Topics include defining imperialism, the fall of the Soviet Union, and its impact on the world, South Africa's ANC versus Hamas, forms of resistance, using the term Nazi. Just giving a little taste. I saw the McMorrow major FEC violation chat. I know. Our boy might have the heavens mandate, the Jannah's mandate. Did he interview or just make a piece? No, we talked. We talked. We even, I would dare I say, debate. We debated. Debat. We didn't just talk, we debat. Me and Peter. It's healthy. It's good. It hopefully will yield more productive conversations. We shall see. Because we largely agree on many things. But there are, I guess, some aesthetic disagreements that we have, like in terms of the utilization of the deployment of the term Nazi, right? He has a disagreement with me on that. But I think if you were to listen to our conversation, you would probably come out on my side on that issue. Maybe even some people in his audience might come out on my side on that issue. Yeah. Did you see Dave Smith did a 30-minute segment on you on a show and all of his fans in the comments were on your side? I did not. I don't know why people keep bringing this up. Someone said Dave Smith claimed that I chickened out of talking to him. Dave Smith never replied to my DM. I literally DM'd him giving him props. I was like, we don't agree on much, but I wanted to give you props for holding firm on the Israel stuff. And he never fucking responded to my DM. And now he's running around. I just watched the Rage VOD. I'm ready to do Chad Vice if the callers are going to be of the same caliber. Yeah, I showed the DM yesterday. Hell yeah, Connor eats pants. They will always be of the same caliber, if not better. A second national review, Atrical. Atrical for today is at the timeline. Yeah, we saw this already. No one will believe you if you don't show it. I did. I showed it yesterday. I leaked the DM. Tim Pool has Randy Fine on his podcast, makes comments only, makes comments, subscribers only, Lamau. Oh, hell yeah. Bro, they got your ass. The more scared the right wing is of you, the less they will say you matter. Yeah. Dude, they got your ass posted all over the internet like bounty posters. I know. They're writing and speaking on you like you're trying to run for office. I know. I don't know why they're so bent. This is what Menin was up to earlier this month. In New York City, we all voted for New York City mayor and his affordability agenda, not former Republican Julie Menin, the wealthiest person in New York City Council history, protecting her $22 million beach mansion and her ultra-rich friends. Yeah, a previously unreported internal union memo shows that Menin helped plan a protest outside of the mayor's 100-day speech in Queens on Sunday, an unusual and major escalation of tensions, though both she and the labor organization denied any plotting took place. Menin, they're treating you like a presidential frontrunner, no joke. They're hitting me with the AOC treatment, okay? And I hope people in this community are a little bit more woke about this, where the AOC treatment is when you just fucking constantly blast AOC on Fox News and then show her base-boosted disapproval ratings from the Republican side to say she would be a horribly controversial figure to run. And then the establishment liberals look at those numbers and say, yeah, we should move away from AOC's brand of politics. Look at how fucking controversial she is. It's nonsense. Okay? They're doing the same exact shit to me right now. That's the Echelon poll. That was the exact same thing, right? They do a week-long media blast showing every fucking 85-year-old Klansman and their wives that are 80 years old watching Fox News every day. Constant fucking articles about how dangerous and scary I am. And then they turn around and they show the negative approval rating, because obviously it's like inflamed on the Republican side. Because if you look at the Echelon poll, you'll see more Republicans know who I am than Democrats overall. And they're the ones who are, fronting the large majority of disapproval. So then they use that overall disapproval rating to be like, see, he's quite the controversial guy. He's bad. They did that with AOC. And they still do it with AOC. AOC is a beloved figure on the left, okay? Everything to the left of the center, AOC has incredible metrics. So whenever they talk about AOC being controversial, they're actually talking about how bad her overall approval rating is because Republicans fucking despise her. Yeah, the center likes her, the left likes her, liberals love her. But of course, right-wingers fucking despise her. Why do they despise her? Because she has been the leader of all of the enmity, all the animosity on the Republican smear machine. Same thing with Ilhan Omar. Same thing with Rashida Tlaib. It doesn't matter. In order to fucking win elections, you don't have to win Republican voters, okay? You have to win the independents and you have to win the Democrats and those who don't normally vote. That's how you win elections. The idea that like we have to win over Republican voters is a fucking stupid concept. Don't know who invented it, but it's actually obviously very favorable to the third way neoliberal think tank, and that's why it's the only meta that you hear about. Okay? It's important to, unironically, this is good. We need to draw the lines clearly on who has your back, who attacks you, and who stays silent. It's important to note that centrists work with right-wing media. They retweet fucking Nazis as long as they attack you. It's a coordinated billionaire run-op. Yes. Yes. Neera Tanden, who's like talking about how anti-woke I am, has retweeted Richard Hanania, a white supremacist, Nick Fuentes, another neo-Nazi, and Sneeko. So like, they don't even care if someone is anti-Israel as long as they're shitting on me. They're like, oh, it's good. We'll take it. Because from a centrist perspective, I am a far graver threat to their established position within the party than some fucking right-wing neo-Nazi is, right? That's what it is. What is this? You wouldn't download a car as a meme. The Hasan segment is weak as fuck. You missed the point entirely. Dave having this many Hasan fans in his fan base makes everything so much funnier. Damn. People in his fan base are defending my ass. Dave, Hasan is talking about downloading a car as theft, not stealing one. Dave, you usually don't miss the point, but you missed Hasan's point completely. Wait, isn't Dave a libertarian? He's fucking angry about IP theft? There's no way that a libertarian would want to... Are libertarians also pro patents? Aren't they like... I guess they might be. Libertarians love IP. So I feel like some libertarians don't. He's angry that you said words. Man, I love the show, but I feel like Hasan bit was completely off and I hate the guy. I thought I heard him say he'd pirate a car, not steal a physical car. And his bit about paintings at the Louvre seemed like a joke, no? The Hasan segment was pretty pathetic. Felt embarrassing to watch. Dave playing a semantic game, being super literal, grasping at straws to belittle someone he clearly has no real point on. Oh my God, what the fuck? Hasan was not saying he would literally steal a car. He was talking in a sarcastic way, saying that anti-piracy ads comparing piracy to stealing a car was a false equivalent. It's not the same thing. And if he could piracy-style download a car, he would do it. The whole point was there's a difference between copying IP and actually literally stealing a physical thing belonging to someone. If you listen to David All, you would know that he acknowledged that there's a difference between stealing someone's intellectual property and stealing a car. Hasan Piker did more than say piracy isn't a big deal. He justified murder in the name of blah, 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 all this shit. Clip 1, stealing a car is not the same as, oh my God, they're duking it out in the YouTube comments, defending my honor. Do you think they're retweeting right-wingers to present a unified front against you to make it seem like it's a justified and moral position? If you have personal animosity towards me, like in the case of Sex Pestiny, right? You don't give a fuck who you're aligning with, as long as they're saying, fuck Hasan, let's kill Hasan, right? And for Neera Tanden is a shrewd and clever operator who understands that I, or this movement, presents a real threat because she has been the gatekeeper of what it means to be progressive. Okay? For Epstein doesn't give a shit. He'll retweet the RNC. He'll retweet senators. He has literally tried to get Tom Cotton to pull me in front of Congress. Those guys are fucking animals, okay? They have no real consistency. They talk about how they hate the MAGA right, but they absolutely... The moment that Donald Trump talks about like how bad I am, he will absolutely say, oh, I hate the guy, but I have to hand it to him, okay? 100%. You'll see it happen. Maybe now that I said it, because his position is permanently contrarian to everything that I say, he might actually, for the first time ever, not align with a fucking right-wing shithead. But for Neera Tanden, it's different. Neera Tanden does the exact same thing as Sex Pestiny, but it's not actually coming from a place of like pure vitriol and pure hatred towards who I am, more so about what this movement represents. Neera Tanden, at the head of the Center for American Progress, is supposed to be the last is supposed to be the biggest bottleneck for further left movements. Her entire position is to say this is the appropriate progressive position for the Democratic Party, which is Hillary Clinton, right? Who she worked with for many years. So if this movement, if this left flank movement, if this left populist movement that says, no, we have to do class first politics, we have to push for health care and things of that nature, if that movement actually gains momentum with electoral victories, all of a sudden her position in the party is under great threat. Yeah, look. Neera Tanden is sharing Nick Fuentes videos now. Do not vote in the midterms. And if you do vote Democrat, this administration needs to be shut down. You have a chokehold on the barbers over 60 years old, MSM Cook?
Hassan Piker, let's talk about it. Why is everybody making such a big deal about Hassan?
We got the barbers!
Why. Because Hassan appeals to all the people that the Democratic Party do not appeal to. People who've had it with the party, who are sick of it. People who want to know what's really going on and now what corporate Democrats are telling us. And Hassan says it like it is. They say that his demographic on Twitch is mainly young men, but it's not true. Look at me, this boomer here, and I'm telling you right now, if you've missed Hassan, find him. He's on Twitch, he's on YouTube, he's on TikTok.
What is this music? I love it. I love it. Hell yeah.
He's everywhere, and he's great. Sure, is he vulgar a little bit? Yeah. Does he swear? Hell yeah. But if you want to get your news and you want to know what's really going on, check out Hassan. That's why they're trying.
We got the barbs on our side, the new barbs, not the old barbs, not the Nicki Minaj stands. Well, some of them are on our side too. All right, let's continue. How did I get on this fucking tangent? Oh, we were talking about Mamdani.
Which applies to educational institutions, is meaningfully different. The problem is how widely this bill defines an educational institution and the constitutional concerns it raises regarding New Yorkers' fundamental right to protest. As the bill is written, everywhere from universities to...
Someone said maybe Neera hates you because you remind her of Faiz Shakir. That's funny. I wonder if he would appreciate that comparison.
museums to teaching hospitals could face restrictions. Say you're a worker protesting ICE, or a college student demanding your school divest from fossil fuels, or demonstrating in support of Palestinian rights. Intro 175B is not a narrow public safety measure. It is a piece of legislation that has alarmed much of the labor movement, reproductive rights groups, and immigration advocates, amongst others, across the city. Nearly a dozen unions have raised the alarm about its impact on their ability to organize. That is why I am vetoing this legislation. These topics are inherently complicated. Debate, disagreement, and even protest are too. But we believe the constitutional rights to protest and to worship are both invaluable. Our city will continue to uphold both, and we will make sure that protection, prayer, and protest are guaranteed for every New Yorker.
All right.
The right to protest, it opens itself up to those constitutional concerns, and it also defines educational institutions in such...
Sean is talking about you on the radio right now. Wait, Hannity? How the fuck are you tuned into Sean Hannity's radio broadcast, brother? That is crazy. That is actually crazy to me, okay? It's one thing to be like, oh, Sean Hannity, I saw this like podcast after he was posted. You're listening to him live on AM radio? I don't even know how I would tune into the Sean Hannity live radio broadcast. It's good. It's good that my spies are everywhere, okay? I like that. You complaining about having shooters chill? No, I'm not. It's still unbelievable, though. Wait, is this how you tune in? The fuck's he saying? How can I even hear it? It's not playing for me. Is it perhaps because I have this on? Maybe?
At the University of Redlands, you won't just prepare.
Oh my God. Listen here.
Sean, if you want to be a part of the program,
Look at the prominent
health,
Democrats
wellness, fitness,
that
nutrition,
have either
longevity.
collaborated or sought his platform. Bernie Sanders praised him. Revolution in Media thanked him. AOC hosted a live stream, conversations with him. Congresswoman Tlaib, Ro Khanna has been on many times. Open to further engagement.
Call in. No,
Abdul-
I'm not going to call in because I'm actually going to
Talked about
debate him. I don't
earlier
want to
this
fucking
week.
call him on his radio show. I'm actually going to debate him in person.
Zoran, Marxist, Kami, Mamdani, Congresswoman Summer Lee, joining Piker. And then the others expressed openness, including Gavin Newsom and Tom Steyer and others. But so why is it important? I think people need to understand. What do I talk often about on this program? I talk about radicalism, radical leftism. There's nothing to debate with this guy. I mean, if you want to rationalize, or the thought pattern of people in this country that have no problem with assassinating the United Healthcare CEO.
What the? Okay. It's a parody, man. It's a parody account.
Align yourself with prominent elected Democrats. Does that not prove how radicalized
I'm going to retweet this.
But Sean, with all due respect, and I mean this seriously, you're giving a platform to someone, and it doesn't matter who aligns with him, because if you look at accountability, there's none of it. Nobody goes to jail. There is no accountability. We have a Republican House and Senate who can't get one damn thing passed that our president wants. No accountability. They all go on vacation.
Stay focused.
No, but I'm just saying, this is my point. There is no accountability, right?
Is this
or
lady
left,
saying
right?
I should go to jail for thought crimes?
You're not drawing attention to anything, because at the end of the day, we're coming up on the 25th anniversary of 9/11. How many people have died on 9/11? How many people have died post 9/11? How many families were lost, broken, shattered? And now you're going to bring on the guy who said America deserved it. I'm sorry, that guy doesn't get a voice. In fact, I would like him to have no vocal cords at all. I don't think he should be talking, period.
Now you sound like him. Do you want to rip out his vocal cords?
Yeah, why don't I? He likes to say hyperbole and sarcasm is what he means when he says, that this United CEO deserved it. That's hyperbole and sarcasm.
Use his style and techniques.
That's what I'm saying. We're making a comparison.
I think you're missing the bigger point.
What is the bigger point?
Look, when I took on the issue of the Pope and his remarks that God never approves of conflict, is not biblically accurate to me. It was just a disagreement. Everyone ignored all the good things I said about the Catholic Church and its impact on me and my life, and that's fine. But I knew going in that what the predictable result would be. I know going in what the predictable result will be. How dare you platform him, etc. That's not the point. My argument has been for the longest time is that this Democratic Party has been so radicalized, it represents nothing of the past Democratic Party.
Shawnee boy defending me.
Democratic is a process.
Democrat Party, whatever. Stop. You're nitpicking. And my point is that people like Schumer, Hakeem Jeffries are leaders in name only, and they bow at the altar of these radicals because they're the ones that are really in control. And that's why Schumer wouldn't even stand up to Mamdani. That's why Hakeem
What do you mean?
He
cowered away. He never endorsed them.
That's not why.
No, it is so, because they know they would alienate their base, and they wouldn't even be leaders in name only at that point. They would be done. They'd be gone.
Negative.
Gone.
Nope. I disagree. You want to know why?
You're wrong.
You don't even know what I'm going to say. How could the defense be wrong? I haven't even started yet.
The defense is wrong.
Let me tell you why. The reason why they don't stand up to him, the reason why they're all in bed
agree with him
together
secretly,
is because the guy that's paying for all of their campaigns, the guy that's paying for everything they do, it's all the same people. It's all the same organizations. They have to stay lockstep. It's like I always say. Democrats are incredible at staying together. They are like glue. They're like an
I
old
can't believe
piece of gum that
ContraPoints has
just won't
fallen
separate.
so out
It's
of favor that
fantastic.
she's
The
on the
Republicans
Sean
need
Hannity
our-
show saying stuff
I've
like
said this
this.
for years. Republicans create circular firing squads. Democrats, they circle the wagons. There's a big difference, but that's not the environment we live in now. If you go back to the Reagan years, if you go back further, there was a time when they were more rational. And at this point in time, they've become so radicalized, so extreme, so hostile that they would take this country. They're like James Carville's. If they get power, there's going to be D.C. statehood, Puerto Rico statehood. We're going to jam-pack the Supreme Court. We'll end the filibuster. And it'll be one-party rule. They'll Abigail Spamberger every state in terms of gerrymandering for their advantage.
And that will happen if we don't pass the SAVE Act. 100%.
So
I agree with
the
you.
problem. Most Americans don't know the influence that people like this guy are having and the embrace that they're receiving from prominent Democratic voices. I would argue the list of people, Democrats I just mentioned, that list of Democrats is far more influential, powerful than Chuck Schumer, Hakeem Jeffries, or any old mainstream Democrat. There aren't any mainstream Democrats. There's one. His name is John and Fetterman. That's it. Every other Democrat has lost their mind. Now, we have a very important midterm
His
election.
number one Democrat is a brain dead comatose
I have an
ogre.
article right here in front of me from today, part of my long research that I do in leading up to today's show. I mean, this is from Axios. Day one, they call it impeachment. Day one, House Democrats are pushing their colleagues to begin to build the case against President Trump now in anticipation of a day one impeachment vote if they retake the House. Why it matters. The mere existence of this movement shows how much pressure Democratic lawmakers will face next January if they retake the House. This article is not off base. And I'm just telling you, if what you saw, and we had on earlier on the program, we were talking to Ken Cuccinelli about this gerrymandering, power grab in Virginia. If you don't know what the radicals that are in charge are thinking, and most normal people, I argue, don't. But I'm going to tell you what the criticism will be. But whether I do this or not, I haven't really fully decided yet. I'm thinking about it.
Yo,
I could
don't
go in
cower.
with a lot of different strategies against this guy, and I don't want to telegraph which one. But the one that I want the most, I want him to talk. I want him to explain.
Do you want him to bring
everything.
the dog that he electrocutes while he talks? That should be a fun background element.
Oh, my gosh. You're
I'm not
very
wrong. It's
hostile
on
this guy.
video. Whether he's using a vibration collar or a shock collar, that dog moved too much during his broadcast, and he did whatever he did to it. He's like, I didn't shock it. It's a vibration collar. She was moving too much. I'm like, it's a dog, bro. That's what we're doing now?
You don't believe in, like, the electric fence?
Hell no. Absolutely not.
Oh, my gosh. Sean Hannity is defending electrocuting dogs.
That's
And
disgusting.
Meanwhile, you overfeed your cat.
Don't stay focused. Don't drift away from Hassan
Sean is
Piker and how much I
cooking
don't
her.
like him.
Oh, I'm making a point off of your point.
Uh-huh.
All right, to our phones. Let us say hi to DJ in North Carolina.
Fuck.
Hey, DJ.
His
Hi,
goal is
Sean.
to let me talk.
My
going on?
question is, you just mentioned something about the Democrats wanting to impeach President Trump and everything, and they had come up with the fake whistleblower and all the fake evidence and everything.
Guys, I'm not going to call in. I want to do a
find out,
fucking
do we
full-blown
have the
debate.
American
Why
people
would I
have
bust the
any
nut early? You guys are
against
so
these people?
stupid. You don't know what cum retention is, okay? You don't know how to withhold your orgasm, your nut, until the very last moment, okay? Shut the fuck up. Shut up.
That you keep in mind that you have one important civic duty this year, and that is commit in your heart, your mind, and your soul that you're going to go out and
We're
vote.
doing
And
foreplay
very
right now,
radical people
okay?
we were just
We're
talking
edging.
about,
We're doing
you're gonna vote
foreplay.
them out of
This is
power and
tantric
not
sex,
allow them to do what
okay?
they're planning to do. They're already telegraphing what they'll do. James Carville telegraphed it. These people are telling you on day one they will come in power in the House of Representatives and impeach Donald Trump. They don't even have a
Fucking
reason
gooners,
for it.
all
And
of
they'll
you.
and this country will be spiraling out of control into chaos. That they are a party of rage, a party of radical rage. And I don't think most Americans is fully aware of how bad it is, which is part of my thinking that I want people to know more. I know I'll get yelled at because Hannity, You didn't push back hard enough. Hannity, you interrupted too much. Hannity, you platformed this guy. Well, am I better off? Are people better off being ignorant? Let me tell you something. I put this guy on my show. This goes viral. And I have avoided a lot of the, I would call it clickbait attempts that other people have embraced openly to bring on the most extreme people for the very reason is I think it's usually not worthwhile. However, this might be worthwhile for people to educate themselves and realize how bad what I know and what I study every day really is.
His audience is so worried about him debating me that they're literally like, don't do it. And he's like, no, it's fine. It's good. It's good that we're doing it.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith, someone broke into your house. Gee, thanks a lot. Why didn't you stop it? Well, if you had Simply Safe Home Security, they have a better way, comprehensive protection.
Oh, fuck. He's doing an ad. He wants to end you. Yeah. The woman that's talking right now is this. Rose Tennant has been a prominent figure for 20 years and a syndicated conservative talk show host. She's a frequent guest on Sean Hannity and has made several appearances on Fox News. She's currently the spokesperson for a Made in America trade show. Rose serves on the advisory board for Women for Trump Coalition and Moms for America. She's formerly worked as a political liaison for Smaller Manufacturers Council. Wait a minute. She might actually love me if she knows that I only fucking use American garment producers, made in America, baby, and a union shop nonetheless. See, this is the other side of this story. I'm more fucking patriotic than half of these losers. Actually, I'm more patriotic than all of these fucking losers. I want what's best for Americans, okay? Not what's best for Israel, for example. No, these shows can't get mad at real fucking union labor, made in America union labor either. Some of you are saying, oh, they'll say like, some are saying like, oh, they'll say like union labor is evil or whatever. Nah. I'm on hold with the show now. They're going to let me on. Oh, no. On
Hannity Show. You've got it on the home of Dallas Cowboys football and Texoma. KWFS, News Talk 1290 and 96.3.
Don't embarrass me.
Looking for a great deal to stay connected? Now for a limited time, new Verizon Mobile and Frontier Fiber customers can get Fiber 500 internet and a line of mobile for just $54.99 a month with auto.
Don't embarrass me. All right, let's continue. We'll
Such a broad
see.
manner that it includes museums, libraries, teaching hospitals, things of that nature.
Well, the mayor says this could impact workers protesting ICE, for example. Now, City Council Speaker Julie Menin issued a statement on the veto that reads in part, quote, ensuring students can enter and exit their schools without fear of harassment or intimidation should not be controversial. This bill simply requires the NYPD to clearly outline how it will ensure safe access when there are threats of obstruction or physical injury, while fully protecting First Amendment rights. Meantime, the Legal Aid Society commended the mayor for the veto, saying in part that it, quote, would significantly expand police presence and discretion in ways that risk undermining the constitutional rights of New Yorkers engaged in First Amendment activity. Now, we will have much more on reaction to all of this coming up today at 5 o'clock on CBS News New York. For now, we are live in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. Alice Gaynor, CBS News New York.
From the civil rights movement in the 1960s to anti-war protests just this month, our city's history is written by those who refuse to stay silent. As mayor, I stand firmly on the side of New Yorkers' right to challenge power. Yes, even mine. Last month, the City Council passed 2 bills related to this right, known as buffer zone.
We already saw this.
Okay.
So I've spoken to some people in the...
Go back on Hannity?
It's called Obesity USA. Population 115 million.
Dude, what the fuck? It's not live yet. It's still ads. Chatter said he's on next. I'm losing it. Oh my God.
Anxiety, insomnia.
Poggers. Do not fuck the bag up, Chatter. I will ban you. I will ban your ass if you fuck it up.
People in Obesity USA can't sleep.
I like that earlier Chatters was like, bro, why are you reading articles about yourself? Why don't you cover the news? Now that I'm covering the news, they're like, dude, get back to Sean Hannity. We need drama right now. Ooh, it's cold as fucking here, by the way. Holy shit. Bro, Chatter's gonna say he's a gay furry or something? No, do not do that.
think it's time to head back in.
Okay.
God, I'm waiting.
Come back?
Sure.
I'm waiting. No, we just want you to listen. We just want to listen to Hannity. Yeah, finally. You want to hear from a real broadcaster, a consummate professional, one who does not burp in the microphone. Okay? That's what you want to hear from. You want to hear from the most trusted name in news for the past 2 decades, Sean Hannity. Oh, man.
Near you. Also.
God damn, there's so many fucking commercials. What the hell? It's crazy. Be easy on Rose Tennant. What if Sean ends up liking you like Trump did with Zoran? I think there's a very high likelihood of that happening because these guys are constantly surrounded by major charisma sucks. That's they're surrounded by, like, they are surrounded by fucking horrible dipshits, unfuckable losers. And people like Sean Hannity are, I mean, they're like the football guys, you know what I mean? Some of the Republican hosts they come from a background of at least at some point in time, like having normal social lives, right? So, you know, you can connect with another human being that's a little bit more normal, a little bit more. They ran out of time for me, but they invited me to call back on Monday. Like, think about it this way. They might.
Blockade embargo really going to work? We'll know a lot more by Monday. Linda, this weekend, I'm giving you a very direct order as your boss.
Okay.
Your boss. Liam gets Chick-fil-A with the waffle fries, cooked in oil.
Okay.
And all the pizza he wants from Uncle Sean. And
wait, the show's over? Show's over.
Yeah.
And a Sprite. As many Sprites as he wants.
How much Pepto-Bismol should I be preparing to buy for this extravaganza?
I need Pepto-Bismol. There's no
I'm going to need a lot of Pepto-Bismol.
All right, that's it for today. Have a great weekend. Thank you for making the show possible.
Boo, Sean! He was vocally strangling his guests within 30 seconds of randomly tuning in. He hates his people. New Trump post. Trump criticizes right-wing podcaster Candace Owens. Uh-oh. Candace Owens' stock. What the fuck is this photo? Candace Owens' stock, which was never very high, has fallen a long way. Her attack on the First Lady of France is despicable. I believe in this case, without verification, she is an extremely low IQ individual. I don't understand why he keeps defending the First Lady of France. Like, Candace Owens' line of attack against the First Lady of France is transphobic. And that's and it's conspiratorial. That's exactly the type of shit that his audience loves. If anything, it's like making the insane transphobes hate Trump, maybe. Oh, y'all think it's a pedophile defense? Is that, you think that's what it is? Because the First Lady of France is also a predator. Emmanuel Macron was like underage, I'm pretty sure, right? Wasn't he? So that's like, maybe that's the connection there where he's like, I'm a mutual. I defend anyone who's trying to fuck a 15-year-old. Emmanuel Macron was 15. Brigitte robbed the cradle. Very good. Brigitte was Emmanuel Macron's teacher. Emmanuel Macron's teacher, and they fell in love. He was 14. She was the teacher. And they fell in love. Love, folks. Who amongst us hasn't fallen in love? That type of shit. Okay, another. By the way, we all know what he's doing when he calls like black and brown people low IQ, right? Like, it's just, at this point, we know what's going on there, right? Like, I don't need to fucking state the obvious here, right? It's pretty clear what's going on there. Okay, because right after this Candace Owens one, he goes, where is it? Trump, Hakeem High-Tax Jeffries is a low IQ individual who is not smart enough to be running the Democratic Party and certainly not smart enough to be involved in running the United States of America. is people like this who almost destroyed our nation with our high tax, open border policies. In the future, Hakeem, a fine American name, will forever be known as high tax. Yeah, we have a better name for Hakeem here. Sex Panther. Hakeem Sex Panther Jeffries. The debate will be, what is this? Senate debate is starting. Okay, I can't watch it on fucking Facebook. Do we have another mirror or something? I don't have a Facebook account, chatters. I don't know how the fuck I'm going to do this. Yeah, there's no way for me to watch this. We got a fork. What the hell is this, by the way? Oh, C-SPAN programming.
The debate with 3 Democrats running in Michigan's Senate race, Representative Haley Stevens,
Thank you.
Dr. Abdul El Sayed, and State Senator Mallory McMorrow, hosted by the United Auto Workers Union at a political conference in Washington, D.C. They talk about Social Security, affordability, workers' rights, and artificial intelligence.
Wait, this is old, bro. This is literally from February 11th. Man. Y'all, find the fucking OG one, please. God damn, dude. Wait, you don't have a Facebook? Who have I been sexting with then? Not me. Stop abusing your chat? Never. The fall off of chat must be studied? True. Honestly, you're so right, dude. You're so right. Chat is fucking fallen off, dude. It is. Chat is dead. Is dead. Chat used to be a place where we had a hive mind. We could find anything around the internet. Ever since I stopped linking stuff, yeah, Bussy Angel. Once you stop linking stuff, it is over. What happened to chat is a reflection of the streamer. True. Community is a reflection of the streamer. We will never take accountability. The Facebook page is getting the HasanAbi treatment. Are you going to live stream the debate? Live stream? Wait, are they just having a debate by themselves? Like, what the fuck's going on? This link will assure you chat has fallen off. If it's a poop sock, you're done.
I only pray you'll never leave me behind. Never leave me. Because good music can be so hard to find. So hard to find. I'll take your hand and hold it closer to mine. Yeah. Our love was there, but now you're changing my mind. My heart's a stereo. It beats for you, so listen close. Hear my thoughts in every note. I only pray you'll never leave me behind. Never leave me. Because good music can be so hard to find. So hard to find. I'll take your hand and hold it closer to mine. Yeah. Our love was there, but now you're changing my mind. My heart's a stereo.
God damn it, dude. What the hell is happening? I live to commute half an hour away and y'all lose your minds. How do I unsubscribe the chat? You cut our wings when you took the top of the hour, Jabez. True. I did. I really did. Starts in 25 minutes, so might be bad link. Please don't shock me. Place. One wait is just me. We're organizing against you. Here's the link, twitch.tv/HasanAbi. Okay, chatter. This debate seems obscure as fuck. It is, but I want to see how he tests his mettle in the marketplace of ideas. This is the cultural background noise of the collapse of the two-party system? Okay, dude. I don't deserve this. I'm leaving. You better fucking stay right where you are. You better stay right the frick where you are.
Bruh.
I guess it's delayed. At this point, just call Abdullah up. Yeah, I'm going to hit him up and be like, yo, King. Yo, turn it on. Put the phone up. Put the phone up to your face. HasanAbi vibes are immaculate today. Yeah, I don't know why I'm in such a good mood. All it took for me was a little bit of socializing, and I went from being like this
Negotiating international trade agreements
to being alive,
59 days
dude.
after we stood in this office, and President Trump, standing with Albert Bourla from Pfizer, announced the first of the 17 MFN deals, together with our colleagues from the Department of Commerce under Secretary Lutnick's leadership, and from the U.S. Trade Representative's office under the leadership of Ambassador Greer.
Sean Hannity boosted your mood from a 3 to a 10. Oh, that's true. Oh, you woke up.
They agreed to increase significantly.
Oh, never mind. Back to sleep.
Pharmaceuticals for the first time in 26 years. That work continues with other countries. And third, we will continue our work with our partners in Congress to codify the principles that underpin these most favored nation deals, so that
Man is an extrovert, living as an introvert. True. As district attorney of San Francisco, it is my solemn duty to safeguard the city for its people and prosperity. If Hassan Piker enters San Francisco city limits, he will be immediately arrested and prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. We have zero tolerance policy for theft committed by liberals. If HasanAbi sneaks in and doesn't play by the rules, steals, then I will have J. Connor Bortega use enhanced interrogation methods on him until he reveals the location of Hamas leaders. Pull up to Sonoma County. The DA is a HasanAbi head. Nice. I did the math comparing your streams and mood, and your best moods are on weeks where you stream gaming and or Chad Vice. So do those on stream more often if you want to be in a good mood more often. What did you do, Unc? Oh, yeah, Stavros told me he's Greek, so I beat his ass and broke his arm. It's true. I can't believe that this fucking got 16,000 likes, by the way. What did she say to deserve this? What is this? This is criminal. In prison. Oh. It's true. She got banned from San Francisco. They did that shit. They did that shit. She doesn't even know it. Anyway. Okay, where are we? All right, we did that. High tax.
This community who felt that video, because you're standing in.
Oh, remember when I showed the Zohar Mamdani thing, the Your Rage? And he was like, yeah, that's kind of beast mode. That's how you sell the stuff, okay? When are you going to tell Kai she's adopted? She's not. I gave birth to her. What the fuck's wrong with you? How dare you say that? This is my biological daughter. Mpreg.
Front of one of his homes, you're calling him out, that it sort of crossed the line in terms that you were personalizing it. And in this environment, politics is very polarized. Some people were thinking about the United Healthcare CEO who was assassinated. Do you have any regrets about doing that? I noticed that, the day after you did the video, you did not invoke his name again. You gave some other examples. But do you regret doing that video?
That home, when it was purchased, was the most expensive home in the United States of America. It's publicly reported, and it was described as such. And in a political environment where there is always an attempt to describe any increase in taxes as if it would be one that would apply to all, we wanted to make very clear that this applies to a very select group of properties. And the reason that I gave other examples of this is that this piece of legislation is not motivated by any one individual. Rather, it is one that applies broadly, without exemption. And so the next day I spoke about a Saudi prince who bought an apartment for $90 million, a Russian auto dealer who bought an apartment for close to $30 million in cash. I say these things not because I do not want these individuals to be here in New York City or to purchase property in New York City, but rather to outline that we are talking about a proposal that will have a very narrow impact and one that is being driven by an intention to ensure that everyone can remain in the city, including those that are taxed by it.
Thank you so much. That's all the time we've got.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Pneumatic Toaster, reach out to the mods. I saw your message.
Brooklyn Council member Chio Say released from police custody this afternoon.
I'm sorry if I'm a little spacey. My head.
New York City Council member HasanAbi head weightlifter Chiose was apprehended physically and violently by the New York Police Department the other day as he was trying to defend a constituent from being evicted from their home. And he was brutalized. Chiose is of Nigerian and Chinese descent. Not that it's relevant to the conversation, but he is also a part of the Chinese American coalition that we are also a part of. As you know, I'm white Chinese, he's black Chinese. Okay, there's many different versions of us out there. But yeah, he got brutalized. And there is a common practice that is actually kind of unfucking believable called deed theft that takes place in New York City. Okay? And we'll get into it a little bit. Chi himself has talked about this already. Chiose recently came out of the closet as a straight man as well. That's right. Or I guess technically back in the closet, whichever way you want to call it. It happens all over New York State. We'll get into it in a second.
The pavement pretty hard today.
Police pushed Councilmember Osei to the ground and arrested him as he tried to help a constituent, Carmela Charrington, who was battling eviction this morning from her Bed-Stuy home.
It's horrible that they would do that to even him.
Osei has been working to help Charrington reverse what she says was an act of deed theft. Bad actors, who she says duped her elderly father and stole the title to their Brooklyn building.
We've been in this property for over 60 years, and we were trying to explain this to the courts and let the courts know that whatever they did was illegal.
News of the arrest hit as Mayor Zohran Mamdani was attending an unrelated news conference in Queens.
He's like face down on the floor getting handcuffed. Okay. You know, are you able to comment on...
I mean, that's incredibly concerning to hear, and that's exactly something that we're going to follow up on.
Mayor Mamdani promised to make deed theft one of his top housing priorities.
Which he has, by the way. In the aftermath of this controversy, I guess if you want to call it that, this unjustifiable, flagrant violation of the NYPD, once again, doing excessive use of force. Zohran Mamdani now has a prosecutor on the deed theft situation. Like, they're going to be conducting more investigations into it. Yeah, Chiose came out and defended Zoran.
During the campaign,
the council member is rightly passionate about tackling the scourge of deed theft.
But Mayor Mamdani's NYPD quickly today coming under scrutiny for its handling of the situation, which began when
Dude, that's crazy. Mayor Mamdani's NYPD.
marshals and the city sheriff this morning called for police backup. They said protesters had made it impossible for them to complete a court-ordered eviction that had been signed by a judge. Osei said he would file a misconduct complaint.
They slammed me against the concrete.
Mayor Mamdani later posted he had seen the concerning footage and was in touch with Commissioner Tisch about the nature of the arrest.
As soon as I saw that video, that's the conversation we started to have, because what New Yorkers want to know is that everything that they're seeing is actually in line with what it should be.
Outside the 79th Precinct, Council Speaker Julie Menon also said she had spoken with Commissioner Tisch.
I spoke to the police commissioner to ask for his immediate release.
The NYPD says their takedown of Councilmember Osei was within department guidelines for an arrest involving someone who they say was trying to commit an act of obstruction of governmental administration. They say that Councilmember Osei resisted officers' efforts to restrain him and pushed past the police when they tried to stop him from blocking the eviction.
Yeah, sometimes called deed fraud. Home title theft happens when a criminal uses forged documents to fraudulently transfer someone's property deed into their name. This gives the scammer the ability to then sell the property to an unsuspecting third party, pocketing the profits. It's a fairly commonplace practice in New York State, especially in New York, in a lot of underserved communities. It targets a lot of vulnerable populations, including, especially black and brown populations. They prey on the elderly. It's really fucking vile.
Osei and other council members said more needs to be done to stop deed theft, which they say is up 300% in New York City and disproportionately targets senior citizens and communities of color.
I went up to Albany to pressure the governor to do right by the people of New York and do right by black homeowners and keeping them in their home. The governor bailed on our meeting.
A source close to Hochul said Councilmember Osei had been invited to attend a meeting in Albany with the governor's housing team, but not with the governor herself. A Hochul spokesperson said in a statement, Councilmember Osei has been a strong advocate for his community, and the governor is relieved he is out of custody. No New Yorker should be cheated out of the opportunity to keep their home.
We thank you.
Yeah, hold on. There was more. Chiose on Zoran Mamdani. He comes out. He says, I hate this narrative around this mayor not being a mayor for black people. The last mayor was black, and he didn't do crap on deed theft.
Thank you to Mayor Mamdani. Can I be real for a second? I hate this narrative around this mayor not being a mayor for black people. The last mayor was black, and he didn't do crap on deed theft. So I really want to acknowledge this mayor for taking a step and putting money where his mouth is and opening this office.
She's Haitian, not Nigerian? I thought he was. Didn't he tell me on the broadcast that he had some Nigerian in him too? Am I crazy? Anyway, I'll be hanging out with Chi and lifting some weights next time I'm in New York, which will be next week. I will be in New York next week starting Monday. I'll also be going to Philadelphia. I will also be going to Missouri. So yeah. He will be lift mogging me. He will be butt mogging me as well. Let's be real. He can outlift me 100%. As someone in a bordering state, fucking why? I'm going to be hanging out with Cori Bush in Missouri. As you got no ass, bro? No, I have ass, but he can out deadlift me. DC again when? DC was supposed to be today, ironically enough. I got invited to some Washington, DC White House Correspondents' Dinner events. I chose not to go because I didn't want to extend the trip. I already have too much time away from home. So I didn't want to also extend it by like almost an additional 3-4 days. So I'm still here rather than in DC. I will be linking up with Ebro and Rosenberg. Yes, I will be when I'm in New York, and Trevor Noah as well. That's right. I got a bunch of stuff lined up in New York. You're such a couch potato. That's crazy to say that about me. I have been roaming. Okay. I have been all around the country. What the fuck? I'm talking about, I've announced going. Hey, I'm an organizer in the New School for a conference with Zoran admin people and 20 plus professors. Adam Twos. It's 5-2. Interested in coming? No. No disrespect. I will not be able to make it to that. They're live. Is live. It's not live here. Does anyone have a link? Stop sending me a Facebook link. I'm not going to watch it on Facebook. I will not be watching it on Facebook. I cannot watch it on Facebook. If you guys download the video after the fact or live broadcast it or if you can find a mirror, then that's fine. But yeah, I mean, we're waiting for this, but it's not working. We're going to find out that the Israeli embassy put out some memo to attack Piker on the advice of a highly paid pollster. Yeah. Oh, for sure. I mean, it is that is what's going on. I hope people understand. Like, that's not a ridiculous suspicion. Abso-fucking-lutely 100%. There is definitely some people in positions of power that have put the beat out on me. Refresh the YouTube page. I mean, there's a countdown. There's a 5-minute countdown. Maybe it'll start when the candidates start answering questions, potentially. You are on top chat and on live chat. I'm not trying to see all of you motherfuckers trying to reach out to me on the YouTube chat, okay? I don't care about that. Yeah, there's definitely been a noticeable increase in the attacks that Track APAC has been receiving as well. I thought that was interesting. People are talking about their tracker being busted and bad and wrong and all this shit. I did notice that as well. Anyway. Hello.
Zoran Mamdani unveiled a new initiative to try and stop the predatory practice of deed theft here in New York City. Mamdani says this is a problem that is preyed mostly upon communities of color. And now he says the new Office of Deed Theft Prevention will aim to help victims get their homes back. Eyewitness News reporter NJ Burkett live this afternoon in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. NJ?
And right, Sandra, the new Office of Deed Theft Prevention will raise
Dog is
awareness
private.
and will also connect victims
Your video
and
mirroring it is
potential
private.
victims with advice and assistance. As you said, Mayor Mamdani made the announcement here in Bedford-Stuyvesant this morning. It's focused on rapidly gentrifying communities where developers and speculators are seeking real estate, and often at a terrible price, to the people who've lived in these communities and developed these neighborhoods. In some cases, Sandra, signatures are forged on deeds. In other cases, homeowners are tricked into signing documents and either signing away their homes, or they're tricked into selling them for a fraction of their actual value. Yes, it all comes days after City Council member Chi Ose was arrested with several others while protesting the eviction of a woman who says her deed was stolen after she'd been living in her home for decades. The mayor says the new office.
I'm grateful for the opportunity this evening.
Nice.
Good evening. You know, the Council of Baptist Pastors, Detroit and Vicinity, was created in 1965 to focus on community and social justice.
God, the audio is so bad.
And oh boy, do we need some of that right now. You know, my motivation.
I know she sounds like Bobby Hill, bro. I know.
Who's put up my hands for Michigan time and time again as a daughter of Michigan, as a daughter of small business owners. My parents had landscaping business, and my dad also taught first grade right here in the city of Detroit, and he loved every minute of it. And he also told me, hey, do not try and do not ever be the smartest person in any room, but be the hardest working. And that is what has motivated my career of public service, of putting up my hand for Michigan in tough moments, like when we were experiencing a great recession, where I worked for President Obama, saving General Motors and Chrysler and 200,000 Michigan jobs.
What do you got to say?
My friends, right now is another
What do you got to
Michigan
say?
moment. Donald Trump doesn't give a whit about who we are, what we do, and what we need. Healthcare, jobs, well-funded schools. That's what I am fighting for now in the Congress, and that is what I will do as your next U.S. Senator. Thank you.
Good evening. Sir Littlejohn, thank you so much. To the council, thank you so much for having us here today. And to both of the folks also running for this seat, it takes a lot of courage to run, so thank you.
Oh, she's so heavy.
I am a physician and epidemiologist. I became a doctor because I had to go 15 hours to Egypt where my folks immigrated from, or 15 minutes from where I grew up, into neighborhoods in the city. Either way, I traveled 10 years difference in life expectancy. I wanted to do something about it. Got the opportunity to rebuild Detroit's health department after it had been shut down. Lead Wayne County's Department of Health, Human and Veteran Services.
How much does she weigh? 120 pounds.
Since we introduced that program to the city of Detroit across the state of Michigan. Took on corporate polluters, made sure our kids weren't drinking lead and water in their schools. We made sure we put air quality monitors all over Wayne County, with Narcan, vending machines in 100 different locations, and eliminated upwards of $700 million in medical debt. Now, I'm never going to forget the day when they froze federal funds, put all of the work we were doing in jeopardy. That was the day that our current U.S. Senator decided that he was not seeking re-election. And I realized, where is the fight for the public health now? We're running a campaign to do three things: get money out of politics, put money in your pocket, and pass Medicare for all. I've been now in 9 different cities.
You should go to the park every day, twice a day.
People tell me it shouldn't be this hard. Shouldn't be this hard to afford basic dignities of your life. Shouldn't be this hard to work the same job tomorrow you worked yesterday. Should not be this hard to see a doctor, and it doesn't have to be. I'm looking forward to the conversation again and grateful to be here.
Bro, this audio is so ass. I don't want to watch it, and there's no CC. Kaya, go. No, I'm not. I can't watch this, bro. I'm sorry. Like, I want to watch this, but I cannot understand what the fuck they're saying. You know, apologies to everybody, but it's laggy. I can't hear it. I can't understand it. Can you boost audio or something? Sorry to be that guy. No, I can't, dude. What do you want me to fucking do? They're not filtering. They're not using the proper audio channels in their live stream. It's a bunch of boomers in a church. They didn't do the proper production. Anyway, put your mic closer to him. Can you not go there? Yeah, I could. I just choose not to. I'm there right now. I'm in Michigan right now. I brought my entire setup behind me to Michigan, and I chose not to go to the place. I'm in Michigan currently. I'm in Lansing. Yeah. I'm in Detroit. It was for the congregation too, and I'm a part of the congregation. Kyle was on ABC News.
Jay, what is the Hot Rotisserie Chicken Act and why is it being proposed?
Yeah, hey there, Ashin. This is a pretty narrowly tailored bill. All it really does is allow for those Americans on food benefits, SNAP food assistance, what used to be called food stamps, to be able to buy hot rotisserie chicken in grocery stores and places like Costco, because right now
That's crazy. They can buy a Kaya. All right. Fucking. All right, let's move on.
Mayor Mamdani is cracking down on deed theft. This morning, the mayor announced that his administration is creating the city's first Office of Deed Theft Prevention. Earlier this month, a CBS News New York investigation found that deed theft complaints to the New York AG's office have tripled in recent years, with a 240% increase in the past 2 years alone. The mayor says deed theft significantly impacts neighborhoods in Brooklyn and Queens and disproportionately affects people of color.
The Office of Deed Theft Prevention will coordinate closely with HPD and our city's Commission on Human Rights to educate homeowners across the 5 boroughs, particularly those in neighborhoods with the highest rates of predatory reverse redlining. And the team will work with the Homeowner Help Desk to provide resources and connect property owners to legal counsel.
City Councilman Chiosei was at today's announcement. He and 3 other people were arrested 2 days ago in Brooklyn at a protest against a woman being evicted.